Welcome to PAO Fans International. You're joined by Tom and Nick. Welcome, gents.
Thanks,
Good
boys.
evening.
Few tired faces, tired eyes. 3:30 a.m. kickoffs do that. Hard to sleep. And not a pleasant one either. Let's kick it off. Today's match, Aris, Panathinaikos 1-1. We got the early goal through Swiderski. Beautiful balls, beautiful vision by Calabria. He played pretty good today. Early on, he found Swiderski with the beautiful through ball, who beat the offside trap and placed it well past this. Now, that kind of finishing has been lacking the last couple of games, but that one was a real good striker's finish for that. And then Aris found the equalizer in the 75th minute. Very controversial, where leading up to the goal, prior to that, Jeremy Jeff was rugby tackled, brought down, grabbed by Rose in the Aris box. Should have been a penalty. They broke down to the right hand side in that play. Seren, in my opinion, and just watching a couple of reverse angles, was fouled in that build-up, which VAR reviewed and cleared, and I'm not too sure what angles they used. Was taken out, and then I think it was one of their players crossed it and then found our former player Donis, who scored. Wasn't the cleanest of hits. I don't think Dragowski was expecting it and it slipped under him essentially. And he celebrated it like all former players do to us. And from there, he couldn't find the winner. What did you make of the game?
You go first, Nick.
Uh, this was the sort of game we've lived over and over and over again. It feels like on repeat for the last, 18 or so months. From the beginning of last season, we've had at least 6 or 7 of these sort of games where we start well, full of intent, we grab a goal. Well, not necessarily early. Today was early, but we score first, nonetheless. Then we don't have the killer instinct in us, or we don't have the know-how, the composure, the leadership, the mentality. Something's seriously lacking, and we get punished for it, where we give up one chance to the opposition, and that one chance becomes a goal. Sterg, you said Zviderski, nice finish and nicely played in by Calabria. We were all getting on his back only a few weeks ago, Zviderski. He's now scoring a goal a game, almost the last, it must be in the last 5 games, 4 goals, or 6 games, 5 goals. It must be a strike rate like that. Can't complain with that as your starting striker for now. Then after that, we have more chances. We can't apply the finish. We concede the goal. We have no answer. It's a cheap goal to concede. With the referees, we know. We've been fighting a losing battle with the referees, again, in particular, the last 18 months, with the deal that was signed off on in this Olympiacos and PAOK alliance. But from the beginning at the start of last season, again, we're always on the periphery when it comes to the officials in Greece for the best part of 3 decades now. Then we have a chance to snatch it at the death. We can't convert that. And you're left wondering what on earth, what's it going to take? What's it going to give for an upturn? It feels like we're just going around and around in circles at the moment. It feels like it's Groundhog Day all over again. Same players, same mistakes. No matter who the coach is, no one can seem to rectify it. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
I'll start on the positive. I reckon Swiderski's that finish 10 out of 10. Like, I think that angle and the assist as well by Calabria. I think that you couldn't ask for better, right? And particularly 3rd, 4th minute in. But then you go into the negatives, right? And that just the refereeing performance this morning was just appalling. Either that ref had something in for us, or don't know, shut the bed. Who knows? It just, from that first minute all the way up to the end, I could just see within 5 minutes, like it wasn't going to go our way, and it doesn't do Greek soccer any justice either, right? Like that sort of stuff. And it got better for a little bit, but just this morning's performance was just shit. And I think you just look at Jerry's chokehold, like how that wasn't a penalty. I don't know. Don't know. Was it even reviewed? I didn't say. Was it? Did they go to VAR for that? They didn't.
No,
Just kept going. Like it's
just kept going.
even worse. Druggy, I don't know. Like any other day, would have saved it. Very unlucky that bounce. I watched it a couple of times. I think, yeah, it happened to the best of us. So, yeah, just unlucky. And just the golden opportunities we had at the end, right? The last sort of 10 minutes. We should have won. Yeah, we should have won. It was a golden opportunity to, sort of climb up a little bit. The 2 extra points are important, right? And it's the same issues, Nick. You just said it, right? It's repeat. Like we score early, we do nothing for 40, 50 minutes. We cop a goal, then suddenly the last 10 minutes, the intensity lifts. Yeah, and we have 5, 6 goals. Yeah, 5, 6 chances, and Jerry saved us a couple of weeks ago, and this time almost did again today. But yeah,
we can't rely on that though.
No,
either.
We can't.
That we bailed out every week at the death. We got away with it really against Pantelidis a few weeks ago.
Correct. Our game style isn't bad. Like we're not bad. I think you just said it. The mentality, maybe it's that fight to win. I was saying earlier, like I saw the last sort of flicking between United and Liverpool, and you see Liverpool's sort of the last 10 minutes. Like, it's just we don't have it. We don't have that sort of drive to win, and I think some of the body language as well today, like Calabria, I don't know if he knows it at all, but his hands up in the air pretty much every sort of 10 minutes, if not, if he wasn't getting the pass, or Tetteh as well. I don't know what happened with him today, but
he had an off day.
Yeah, a couple of.
It felt like he had turned the corner before today. Then today he went back to the Tetteh of the start of the season.
Yeah, got an opportunity.
It's frustrating what you said though with the goalkeepers, eh? We were criticising all of us were going off about Lafont. Dragovski comes back in, and then another stuff up from the keeper. Whereas it feels like the rest in Greece have a set starting keeper, and we are still finding ourselves, still alternating. We don't know. I don't even know if Gondis knows who his best is.
Yeah. I just hope it's not a turning point for Drug either. I think hopefully just picks himself up, move on, start again on next week. But yeah, I feel for him because I actually really rate him. I think he's a great keeper, and sometimes we forget what he's done as well. Yeah, over the last sort of 18 months, 2 years.
Even during the game.
2 penalty shootouts.
Correct.
Even during the game, don't forget, he did a world-class save.
He did. He
did a world-class save.
Yeah.
And then, look, it's hard to, put total blame on him for that goal because in his stance, his arms were outstretched, so he was kind of expecting low-driven shot away from him.
Yeah.
And then I think it caught him by surprise that it came more towards him, so his natural reaction was trying to tuck his arms in, and then obviously the ball went just underneath him. So that's how I saw it. So kind of reminds me of what Lafont copped as well versus Go Ahead Eagles.
Yeah, true. Anyway, golden opportunity. We could have been, was it 5 points? 5 points off the top, game in hand.
We would have caught an extra more points, 3, and it would have been 3 in total on 8. We would have caught.
Yeah, you're right.
Caught, but made up the gap. Look, honestly, I know it means nothing because you're either first or you're nothing, you're nowhere. But I still think Aris, they just aim up. We were saying yesterday, Sturge, they aim up for Bulk and us, as you were saying yesterday to me, and that's what Aris is. They're no threat to us, honestly, for that 4th spot. Levadiakos, maybe if they can continue it. I can't see Volos sustaining it. I still think we'll be okay for that 4th spot, is what I'm trying to say. Not that it's a success in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
No. Look, the game was mixed because we got the early goal, and then Tom's right. We struggled. Aris just started blitzing us with pace. We weathered the storm. They had that big chance which Dragowski saved, went to half-time. Same sort of thing. We weren't really creating much ourselves, really. And then, again, our inability to kill off the game, find that second goal, give us that comfort, has cost us. And then I put out a stat today, which I just researched, that in the league, 5 out of the 7 goals, or 5 out of the 7 match days as well, has come from the 75th minute onwards. Now, you can't, because this is including Rui Vitoria, so I can't really say if it's the subs or not that's disrupting the rhythm, because the counter argument is Rui Vitoria had the squad, so I think it's got to do with the preseason. I think our team is not fit because of that preseason. They were too heavily trained and they're too heavily drained now during the season. I know that you could say professional athletes, they've had their rest, whatever, but that was a grueling preseason and the players are suffering injuries. Thlassi, Bokos has Thlassi. There's a few, obviously, injury concerns, and that's all come from this grueling preseason. So we're conceding too many late goals. And
you took the words out of my mouth with fitness. I wouldn't have thought of it with preseason, but you're right in what you say with preseason. It's what we were saying before with Tom, mentality, fitness and mentality for me, those two.
Yep.
yeah,
But that sub, I think the comment around the subs as well. Like I actually got nervous when the first sub around that sort of 65th, 70th minute. We seem to cop it as soon as that. Yeah, I don't know, that new sort of environment for you know what I mean.
And the opposition always know it. They feel it. They
yeah.
sense it. They smell blood.
I know they scored through the Mladenovic side because he did come on, but because they replaced that right winger, so obviously they're putting a bit more pace with Mladenovic there, because I think Kyriakopoulos, he looked a bit. There was an impact injury that he had earlier in the game, so I think it was just precaution, and he was already on the yellow, Kyriakopoulos, so they obviously were targeting him. So I'll bring in Mladenovic to counter that, and Jurisic was missing today. He did come on, but he's still dealing with injuries himself. He's not 100% fit. So Zaroury took the spot. He didn't offer much. He's just not offering much. He gets a little bit of space, tries to take the shot, but he's not offering much. He got the hat-trick versus Young Boys, but ever since that, even prior to that, he's
Nothing.
There's no impact.
He can't dine out on that hat trick forever.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Because what you said, he showed nothing before that and nothing after it. Rapidly turning into a bad signing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's only on loan. We'll find out if it's obligation to buy or not.
Because at least guys like Jurisic and Pellistri's another one when he comes back, if they have an off day, you know what you're going to get with them. They're still going to put a shift in. There's going to be effort.
Yeah.
There's going to be desire, work rate.
So, yeah, the game itself, Then Tetteh had the big chance. Patovic played that ball to him. I think he should have shot better. And also Pantovic had a good chance as well.
Yeah.
The cross, he rose up unmarked and he just grazed his head and he went to Jurisic. He went to Jurisic, who was at the back post, but he couldn't do anything. Came that hip height where he was in an awkward position. But I think Patovic should have done better with that header from there as well. And that's it. We can't finish, and that's what you get. You can't score more than one goal. That's what we're gonna get. And the team that we're playing in Europa this week, Thursday night, European time, Friday, rest of the world, bar America, didn't have trouble scoring more than one goal. They put 7.
I did.
Oh.
They scored 7 against Heracles on the road as well. It wasn't even at home. So that's food for thought.
4 different scorers, I think, as well.
Yeah, one guy got a hat-trick.
Yeah.
So that's not a good sign. That's
No.
definitely not a good sign for us. Going to Holland
Yeah.
for that game.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll look into that game now. Panathinaikos does play Feyenoord. The odd makers have already come out for us. Now, Feyenoord is pretty strong favorite, but they're a strong favorite as we were to go ahead Eagles. So hopefully we do the go ahead Eagles thing to them, because go ahead Eagles came with bad form when they played us and got the win. So hopefully we do that same thing to them. But more seriously speaking, look, tough game. Feyenoord, they're I think coming first in Holland at the moment. They're coming off a 7-0 victory. How do you guys see the game?
Oh, you just said it. They put 7 away this morning. I was just having a quick look before. They're on top. They haven't lost. I think 5 wins, 6 wins, 1 draw. They're on fire. I think they're going to be full of confidence. Playing at home, I really have a bad feeling about it. But again, we also play to our opposition, right? So something stupid will happen, and hopefully it does. But we lose this. We've got that. There's a big risk here of not getting that sort of top 24. Well, so because we play away again in 2 weeks, and then
Malmo, yeah.
we should be aiming
They've
for
got-
walk away with the point. I think that's aim of the game. I think anything less will be a catastrophe.
Pretty
point.
interesting. Go on, Nick. But I got pretty interesting what I'm looking at it.
A point would be phenomenal if we can get a point. The most Panathinaikos thing ever to do was what you boys were just alluding to before, to go there and somehow fluke our way to a win.
Yeah.
That would be so typical of us. Then we come back to Greece and lose to Asteras a few days later. That would be so typical of us. But all jokes aside, I said it last time we were on, I consider this to be our hardest game of the league phase of the Europa League. Tough, intimidating stadium, great fan base. You guys already touched on the fact that they're flying. Van Persie is doing an outstanding job. I saw him before the last international break. They played against my other side, Villa, in the Europa League. That's how you got to play. And the way Villa played him, where it was a typical Europe kind of smash and grab win, where first half wasn't the best and grew into it. Then we took the fans out. That's what we did well, Villa, in that second half, completely silenced them, got a foothold in the game, possession, dictated it, played on our terms. But honestly, they strike me as a type of team that's going to go very far in this Europa League, minimum quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Danger side.
It could also
Yeah.
play in our
I'm
favour.
shocked. I'm shocked the odds are that close. I thought we
Yeah.
would have been like $8 or $10.
Nah, that's blowout. I think they're fair. I was gonna say, looking at the ladder and just purely stats, they're probably more renowned for their defense. They've conceded only 6. The next best is at 12. Minus the 7 goals that they scored today. If they didn't score 7, they only win 1-0. Their attack is pretty much on par with even the mid-table teams in Holland. So that 7 might have been just that anomaly to really boost up their attack, because had that game been 1 or 2, it's pretty much on par with the rest of the league in terms of how many goals they've scored. Even like teams that are in the middle 8 would have been on that same sort of figure, but it's their defense that's really big. 6 goals conceded. The next best team is 12.
Yeah.
No star player in the team, just a well-drilled team unit across the park.
But again, we are a different side in Europe, right? And I think that the European competition sort of plays in our favour. I think, the typical Greek.
Even the last few years, forget the famous results we've had of 10, 15, 20, 25 plus years ago. The last couple of years when we've returned to Europe, the Villarreal at home, Marseille home and then to go eliminate them on penalties. We've got it in us.
Yeah.
But all those games, right, have been open, right? Both attacking sides. None of this parking the bus in the
No,
square.
well, that's all we can't play against. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the Timber, the Arsenal player's brother, is currently
Yeah.
injured, but he's expected to return for us.
Well, we'll have Sanchez likely back and Pelistri likely back, although I can't see either of them starting.
Looks like their danger side is definitely their right-hand side. They've got a combined worth of their right back and their right wing about 50, 60 million, according to transfer market. So that's the Kyriakopoulos / depends who, Juricic
Yeah.
or Zaruri. Now
Yeah.
I'm not confident on either two. Now
Look, we'd love
Juricic,
we'll put a shift in.
yeah, but if he's got those niggling injuries, that's the thing. So
Or
it doesn't still mean confidence.
yeah, because I can't see him throwing Pelistri in for a start, even if he's ready.
Yeah, I can't see it either. So yeah, that's really tough game coming up. And the timings for that, if you're unaware, 3:45 if you're in Sydney, Melbourne. So Greek time would be if we're 8 or not. What are we 8 hours or something or
8, yeah.
8? So it'll be 3:45. So it'll be 7:45 Greece time.
Greece is changing this weekend, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. So then from next week, we're going to go to 9 with Greece.
Yeah, so 7:45 Greece time and 3:45 a.m. Sydney, Melbourne. So yeah, and this is obviously our biggest game in terms of quality, or maybe Roma, but yeah, this is up there with a team that will challenge. So
Yeah.
one to watch.
But I think, sorry,
Now,
just back on the list. But I think Bakasetas is probably another one that I've got to touch on before. So he's probably put the last 6 games. I think he's got full solid shifts, right? He obviously played in the internationals as well. He's starting every game, again, doing a solid 70, 80, if not a full game. There's a point where's the backup? And I don't know, that really makes me nervous because I think, although I'm not going to say quite achiever, but he's you look at him this morning, right? Like he's contributed to I guess that morale part as much as we sort of had, right, in terms of this morning, but not having him on the side or playing, or playing. Who else is there that's gonna get him revved up? You know what I mean? But we've got no one.
yeah, the only one that can naturally play his position is Laporta. Now, I know Greeks just love to hate on Greeks, so Bakasetas cops it, but he's trying everything. Defensively, he's putting in effort, attacking, you know, it's because he's
Not
not
only
scoring
that,
wonder goals or
he's 32 now.
Yeah, it's not getting
And
younger.
he's playing game in, game out, 2 games a week at 32. All because our owner, technical director, whoever it was that wanted Taborda in, and us as fans are all excited by that signing. Clearly, he's not ready. He's not up to speed, and we're paying the price for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now the big news. Now,
Before we get to the big news, worth noting probably with the European list.
yeah. With that, Desses has been removed as it is from the list and replaced by Pantovic. Desses, the injury was quoted as 1 month. It could be a little bit longer. It's not the full 3 months that came out, but I think with what we saw with Go Ahead Eagles, an urgent change was needed. So this is removed from the list and Pantovic does come in. So that's one to keep an eye on, because even again, Sudecki was dead by the 70th minute. He was
Yeah.
gassed. Yeah, the big news. Not quite happy with this. With this appointment, it is the new coach is pretty much done deal, formally agreed. Just needs to be put on the official pages. Rafa Benitez is confirmed as a new Panathinaikos coach. Rumored or 2.5 year contract, €4 million a year. So he will take over from the Asteras game. So not the final. He'll probably watch the final game, but he'll be in full control in the Asteras game. He's quoted as saying he wants to bring his own staff, so 4 of his own staff, and make 5 signings. We'll talk about the Rafa Benitez stuff. Now, I've got my opinions on him. I'm not going to say why. But go ahead. Floor's open.
I'll go.
Go
No, you
for
go.
it.
No, Nick, yours, mate. Go for it.
There's a million different ways we can take this, honestly, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's start by saying this will be our 7th coach, and that's excluding the caretakers, like excluding the under-19s and youth coaches we've had. 7th coach in 22 months from that day, that infamous day, the 26th of December 2023. 7 coaches since then. These players, there's a core group of players that have been at the club and seen these 7 coaches. You're now asking them to adapt and readjust to take to a new coach's ways after they openly came and told you to keep Gondis because it was the closest thing they had to Ivan, and they wanted to get back to that, and there was finally a bit of stability. And poor Gondis, he couldn't really, no coach is going to mask our deficiencies in midfield. Not even an elite coach will be able to mask it because it's so threadbare, the squad in that position. So Gondis' hands were tied, and now Rafa's not going to come in and work a miracle. And Sterg is going to go more in depth on Rafa and his thoughts and his feelings. But I'd say 95% of the fans can see that he's clearly past it. This smacks of an appointment of an owner that's desperate to get a big name coach for whatever reason. Is it an ego thing? Who knows? The biggest contract ever handed to a coach in Greece, the €4 million a year, and his assistants combined are going to be on €600,000 a year. Insane money for Greek standards. They don't know the Greek game. They don't know the club. They don't know the situation, what they're walking into 15 years without a title. Then there's the whole Benitez, the Rafa, the style of play and how outdated it is and his lack of success in the last decade or so. He got Newcastle promoted. That was 10 years ago. Since then, it's been Khalya for him. And even then, okay, it's nothing to be scoffed at, getting promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, but still, it's not that, he's another one. We're talking about Zaruri dining out on that hat trick. Is Rafa still dining out on that Champions League win from 20 years ago?
I'm a big fan of Rafa, and he's successful, big clubs, big leagues, big trophy cabinets or full trophy cabinets. But I don't think this is going to work. And I really hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see how it's going to work. He hasn't got a magic wand, for starters. It's going to take him 12, 18 months to adjust, right? And I reckon this league is going to blow his mind. And the hierarchy, again, adjusting to that, or how he's going to be able to deal with it. But again, he's on 3-4 million, right? So again, money talks. He's bringing his entourage. It's going to be a big test. But you look at Mourinho when he went to Fenerbahce, right? They thought, again, magic wand, that didn't work, right? It's going to be not deja vu, but a very, very similar sort of scenario. Our club has got that culture of just being reactive. If it doesn't go the way, we punt him, right? And I think our friend Marty Nakis, who saw that obviously this week with Eng, why not invest? You know what I mean? Like we're on a good thing. Contis, I was very skeptical at the start, but I think it's been all positive from players and even fan base, right? Like why not invest for the next 12, 18 months, build a you know what I mean, a staff around him and actually stick to something, you know what I mean, rather than being so reactive all the time. And even if it takes us 2 years, 3 years, and get to that point where we're, you know, set for the next sort of 4 or 5 years and a stable, that's not us though. Like let's just chop and change and
we had it. We had it. Ivan in the first year copped 10 losses. That first year, especially the first half of that first year, was a huge rebuilding year where we copped a lot of bad results, and they held firm, and we saw a turnaround, and it culminated in us winning silverware at the end of that first season.
Yep.
Now you're right. I agree with you. There's you're one bad result away from being sacked in Greece.
He won't make it till Easter. Like
it wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me the slightest.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to get out of it. We're not going to win the league this year.
No.
I don't know. Are we planning for next year or I don't know.
No. It's
there's a lot of money thrown at him and his staff. Now
that doesn't equate to success.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. But look, he has managed in China, so he's obviously worked in the shambles environment.
Does China have the corrupt referees that we have?
Well, even when they bring the elite referees, and I forgot to bring this point earlier, they brought a German who was hopeless. Zavelas got sent off. At least he shows passion. Alafuzo's nothing, not a peep from him. He didn't even blow up in the media or anything. Like, absolute clown show. But his last 4 stints, Rafa Benitez, Newcastle, yes, he got promoted, but he almost relegated them. Dior Pro in China, in his 38 games, he averaged 1.16 points a game. Everton, 1.14, almost got them relegated. Celta de Vigo, 1.09, almost pretty much got them relegated. There's a downward trend. His points total keep going lower and lower. Not going to say he's going to get us relegated or anything like that, but we're talking about his methods. They just don't work anymore. It's a different football game.
But where to next? If this fails, where to next? Like, what's next?
Retirement. For him or for us?
No, for us.
Well, who knows?
Who knows?
With this ownership, not even he knows what comes next. That's the scary part. He doesn't know. He's so naive, so gullible. And we're going to get onto the man in Sturge's photo and the recommendations from the consultant. But not even he knows what comes next. The well-run clubs, the owners have a clear direction, a clear plan, a clear path, and they stick to it no matter what. They don't deviate. He doesn't know what comes next.
I was going to say, look, there was a clear plan. There was an obvious, clear plan at the moment. And we're going to talk about the next 2 guys that are incoming at Panathinaikos soon. But Sebastian Leto was right there for the taking. We're signing 2 of his players. Sebastian Leto does know Panathinaikos. He loves Panathinaikos. He's killing it at Kefisia.
Yep.
It was right fucking there. That was the plan. That was the plan that you can build a little bit of long term. Now, by signing Rafa, you've almost pretty much said, so when you're pretty much telling Leto, you're not coaching us, you're not coaching here for a while. Unless Benitez gets sacked by the end of the year, we've, I think, dropped the ball big time on not getting Leto. I think that's a big miss, personally. That's a big, big miss. We should have just gone in, get Leto, bring him for next season. Let Conte see out the year, build the team, let Leto finish his duty with Kefisia.
And keep Gondis with Leto together. If he's willing to stay on.
That should have been the whole thing. But Alafouzos has a fetish of trying to get a big name, and Benitez
Ego.
wasn't even the first choice. It was
No.
Spalletti.
Correct.
Spalletti rejected us. Now, if we got Spalletti, I would have been actually happy. I think that would have been a really good appointment. But Benitez, nah.
No.
I hope he proves me wrong, but no.
Is there any official word on Contis? What he's actually doing? Is he hanging around or in other capacity?
He'll most likely go.
I
Asteras
think he'll
will need a
depart.
coach. Orphy will need a coach. He'll go to one of those clubs and rescue their season for him and get him on the up, on the rise quickly.
Yeah,
I think he'll depart because if Benitez wants his 4 of his own staff, I can't see him staying.
No, and us, we'll probably call him in 6 months anyway to come back.
Yeah.
Another rescue job.
That's it.
But more pleasant news, a little bit more pleasant news. The guy in my picture is the pretty much incoming technical director replacing Papadimitriou. Now, not too sure if Papadimitriou, well, originally in the last pod or 2 pods ago, I said he was going to get the sack. So obviously it was coming. It wasn't then and then as they were reporting, but it's actually happening. Now, I don't know if Papadimitriou is going to have any other role in the club or he's just pretty much dismissed. Goodbye. Hopefully that's the case because once he goes, I'm gonna drink my best scotch. I'm gonna get the best scotch out that I've got in my cupboard and just enjoy a good glass of it. And I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna send it to Papadimitriou's LinkedIn because I've got him as a friend on LinkedIn and just say goodbye. But I hope we don't keep him. I
He
hope
has
there's
stolen a living for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. It's a miracle he's lasted this long. And there's a chance that he stays on in some sort of capacity, as you were alluding to. He was, again, not sure if this is true by any means, but rumor has it that he was trying to sweet talk Alafouzos in saying, get someone else in and I'll work under them to learn off them.
jeez. Yeah,
Like
he just wants to
demote himself to keep himself relevant and then take back over again later down the track in a few years' time.
He just wants to. Nah, he wants to be the door guy. He wants to be. No, Papadimitriou wants to be the door guy at Botanicos to say,
Concierge,
"I've got this
say
Lego.
that.
Yeah, I've got this Lego set. I've built it." Just to tell everyone.
What the Greek media was saying in the last 24, 48 hours or so was with the new technical director. They didn't. The name's only just come out, very fresh, but he won't have the full 100% say the way it's been in the past. It's going to be more of a committee of sorts that makes decisions. It won't just be 100% his say on signings.
Yeah, I had to look at his resume, and he hasn't really held a technical director role. He's been involved in around the national team of Spain in their youth.
Yeah.
Something like that, but I think this is his first actual gig as a technical director at a club.
He can't be worse than what we've got. No chance.
Yeah. I think the next about 2 days, 24 hours, 48 hours, probably get more, I guess, what capacity it's going to be and if our friend hangs around as well. But, yeah, I think hopefully.
And I really hope he doesn't turn out like some of our past French, Spanish TDs where they're signing second division players. We haven't had the best luck with Spanish personnel not playing personnel, but in terms of staff, TD,
Coach Boyatos, remember?
Boyatos, Xavi Roca.
Roca.
Not the best combos. So there's a little bit of skepticism from me in that regards as well. But Papadimitriou's gone. Good riddance. Good riddance. Because, and I'll bring up just like a recent failure of Papadimitriou, which brings us to the next topic. Panathinaikos have confirmed the signings of Tetteh from Kivisia and Pantelidis from Kivisia. Now, what's significant about these failures is that we were offered Tetteh during the summer at a much cheaper rate.
And didn't get him.
Papa Dimitriou said no, not good enough. So we've spent what, two and a half on him. Pantelidis, former young boy at the club. With our great retention policy, he's gone ahead and killed it. Got called up to the Greek team to train with them, everything. He's on like what, 5-6 goals already as a winger. He's absolutely just having a stellar season for Kifisia. We've signed him as well. So we let him go for free. We didn't deem him good enough, and now we've paid what, 2.5 million for him as well. So the package was like 5 million or something.
Was it
for the both
5?
of
I
them.
thought it was 3 combined.
Was it 3? I think it was 2.5 each player or something, wasn't it?
The day was, I thought, around 2.2, and Pantelidis was around 800,000. But still,
Perspective.
the point stands exactly, especially with Pantelidis, where he should have been ours for nothing. And the whole thing with the day was, he doesn't fit our style of play. How can that change overnight?
No, he was not good enough.
He's not good enough.
So Papa Dimitriou in the summer said no. Alafuzos has made those signings himself.
Say no more. Britas has pulled his pants down. He beat him. He's taken all the Panathinaikos old boys and the club staff, and now he sells. Today's probably alone. He's a record sale for Kifisia.
Now he's taking Alafuzos' money on top of it.
On top of it.
Yeah. Now
everyone walked all over him.
Now, Pantelidis, I'm gonna say I'm very happy with. Tetteh, the signing of Tetteh is still a bit of a head scratcher because we got Dessers, Sudeski,
Pantovic,
yeah.
Jermejev, but Jermejev, his contract expires December 31st. I don't see him staying. I don't see him at all staying. So we're effectively going to have 4 strikers on the books. Pantovic can play on the wing as well. He can play as that second striker, right wing, behind the striker. So it's just going to be interesting how we're going to fit them. Yeah.
4 strikers, when we have no one capable of filling in for Bakasetas, and we have no one capable of assisting Tsedin when Renato Sanchez is out. The massive imbalances in the squad.
That's what scares me.
Alafuzos took it upon himself to sign those 2. But like I said, Pantelidis is very happy. Tetteh, good player, but I don't know how he's going to fit with 4 strikers.
And he's coming in now, this season.
Yeah, Tetteh's in the winter and Pantelidis from next season. But the thing is, where's the 8? Where is the 8? Where's the natural Maximovic replacement, which we haven't done? Seren is playing that role. He's average at it at best. Is not offering what Maximovic is doing.
Yeah, different player, different style of player, and you can't. It's unrealistic for him to be able to play at 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 every game.
So let's hope that these Spaniards can identify that and pick that up as their top 5 or 5 players that they want to sign. If they want to sign 5 players, I assume the left wing, the 8 is 100% the top 2 positions that they're looking at. It'd be interesting to see which other ones they think.
Well, I actually had a look. Well, when I heard that sort of when he that he wants to sign five signings, I actually had a look who's available or what's out there. Sort of that January sort of period. There's not much out there. I think we're gonna have to wait till season end before something.
It's always a tough period, January, to do business. The serious clubs, maximum 1, maybe 2 signings because they've already strengthened from preseason.
Yeah, so that's Papa Dim's failures, and Alafuzos has had to pay extra money. So There we go.
If you remember, it must have been a year ago now, maybe even just over. He had cut Vayanidis from the squad back then, Papadimitriou, and Alafuzos had to step in back then to speak to the family to get him to sign the extension and integrate him back into the squad.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not one or two failures.
We can do the Vayanidis family.
We can do a whole episode on Papadimitriou's failures. He's only been here 2.5 years, and we can do 5 episodes on Alafuzos' failures over the last 12, 13 years.
But the thing is, Alafuzos is not a football guy.
Yeah, he puts his faith in the wrong people.
Yep.
That's ultimately what got Ivan sacked.
Him. Agree.
He got Anzum got in his ear, and we haven't.
Yeah, sorry. Just had a technical glitch there, but yeah, I was gonna say, look, yeah, Alafuzos is a money guy. Papadimitriou is a football guy, and he's like, for me, the big blunders have come from Papadimitriou, who's got a footballing background. Alafuzos is just money business guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's making rash decisions because there's no one he's got associated with that's football smart.
It still blows my mind to this day that for someone like a successful businessman that is just manipulated by this bloke, you can't comprehend it. It's you wouldn't see it anywhere else but us. Yeah, nothing close. You just wouldn't. Yeah.
Actually, Sydney Olympic, you can see it. So the Greek team in Sydney, you can draw parallels between Damien, the current club president,
my God,
the two goons that he's got employed, or 3, including the coach. So he's got Ziggy Gordon, BDM, shit captain, shit player. You've got Halidi, one of the worst coaches, 3 years on.
Greeks.
And then you've got McKenna as well. So yeah, look, it hurts that teams that I love. Parallels
are scary, absolutely. Alafuzos changes coaches though, like Sovraka. The Olympic refused to change coaches.
Yeah. So there's the issues. So we do see it. We see it at the clubs that I have to go for. Me and Nick have to go for. So we're a glutton for punishment. Now let's change direction and talk basketball. It's been a while. There's been quite a few games, except for this one. The first result was a loss in the Greek league to the Gavri, 90-86. Once again, you just see some terrible calls. Just Olympiacos dragging, throwing players, not getting called. Is ridiculous, but the attention on EuroLeague. The first game was Lyon in Athens with a 91-85 win. That one, none went off. Yurt7 had a pretty good game, that one. Lyon now, that's 2 times in a row, 2 or 3 games in a row where they've kept it close with us. They've been very pesky, just bombing threes. They were like almost 50% from 3 points, and that's what really kept the game much closer than it should have been. Didn't put them away. Not a convincing win, and prior to that, none of the wins in EuroLeague have been convincing. But if you look at overall how EuroLeague is this season, there's teams that are facing a couple of players' injuries already. Every team's inconsistent. All the teams that performed well, your Fenerbahce, even Barcelona copped a shock loss as well. None of the teams are really standing out. We're coming first with the 4 wins, 1 loss, and we finally had our big convincing win in Constantinople against FS, where we won 95-81, and none had a very bad game, and that talks about the depth of the team and how solid we are. So I think none finished with 4 points. We had Holmes going off big. We had TJ Shorts contributing. We had Slukas 15 assists, 12, 15 assists thereof. And now you could say that is a big win. Yeah, FS copped a couple of injuries during the game. That can't dismiss that, but huge win in a team that's always battling close towards that for a Final Four spot, or they're pretty much thereof. So very good win, and that leads us to going to Italy versus Bologna next. Now, on paper, we should get the win. But we'll see how we go with that. On paper, we should get the win. There's obviously from last season, the start of last season, when Hines said that Panathinaikos is gonna choke, go bad. They're gonna be the underperformance, and that really bit him in the ass. So let's go back there and bully them. Let's go back there and beat them again. Also, we beat Rodos in the league game. Pretty comfortable.
Convincingly,
yeah. Yeah. How did you guys see overall the basket?
I caught bits yesterday of the Leon one. I think your point earlier, none. Obviously, the big talking point of probably wasn't his standout game, but the depth was probably the biggest thing. And to walk away, obviously the win, and do it again. Obviously, end of this week, obviously in Italy.
Yeah. So I forgot to mention also Osman. Osman absolutely killed FS. 29 points. Yeah, 29 points. Absolutely killed them on the 3 points as well.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So good seeing back and just firing. That hasn't lost his
That
step.
was an absolute statement. I mean, you guys touched on the Villeurbanne game. That was should have been a lot better. Rode our luck to an extent where we won, but it was patchy, wasn't the best. But this team's first, and we're playing at 50% of our capabilities. We're still going to have Lesort coming back. Massive statement. You touched on before, Sturge, with Slukas running the show. Osman, another one that deserves calling out, is Holmes. When he came on, he was just a point-scoring machine, constantly. Not the spectacular three-pointers, but constantly 2-2-2 every time, without never looked in danger of missing. And we're going to get Lesort returning. None. Yep. He's not going to have off nights constantly. He'll return to fire quickly. Shorts as well. He was poor in this one. He's going to catch fire eventually as well.
Yeah, he's starting to lift, so which is positive. That's what we expect of him.
The effort was there with him. It looked like he was just overplaying, over-trying, over-complicating. That's what it felt like.
Lesort comes back in 2 to 3 weeks, so that's going to be really big for us. He's a real bully in the paint, so that's going to be really good for us. Just gives healthy rotation for the centers, and there's rumors that Yurt 7 will be let go as well, so we'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, the Lesort is the big in.
With him, it's a formidable squad. The depth, as you were saying, it's great. You go from the point scoring, and now you got rotation and capable. We had deputies that can fill in for him. Then you go down the other end with Grant. He's been a rock for us. We've got all bases covered. It feels like Slukas with the playmaking. We're well stocked.
But that's the thing. After this season, we don't really have that Slukas style playmaker.
Mm-hmm. Knowing Yanakopoulos, we'll go sign someone.
Yeah.
Someone capable of coming straight in.
Just got released now. Feyenoord has a couple of outs in defensively. Watanabe is out. Thomas Bennett. Gernot Trauner and Malcolm Zeng will be unavailable. So it looks like they have a few outs in their defense. That's just come out now that a few of their players are out defensively. And I think that's what I pointed out earlier, that their defense is their shining light at the moment. Yeah. Watanabe worth 9 million out. Beelan 8 million out. Trauner, yeah, Trauner. It's their centre backs that are all out, except for their best centre back, Ahmed Bosnian. He's the only.
He was in the Premier League last year. Ahmed Hodzic or something.
Yeah, he's the only fit natural centre back.
Hey, you never know. You never know. We said it. Tom said it before. We play to the level of our opponents. In the last couple of years, Villarreal at home, Marseille home, and then penalties away. Last year, Lens at home, Fiorentina at home. And I don't think Feyenoord's going to sit back and sit deep against us. They'll come. They'll give us space.
Shakhtar.
Although I wouldn't put Shakhtar in that powerhouse category. Still phenomenal win. Yeah, to get through.
Shakhtar are European stable.
Yeah, absolutely. It was phenomenal, but they're not that big five, that glamour, that sort of La Liga team or Liga or something like that.
I'd still consider them a scout.
Oh, but definitely a scout.
But yeah, I think that's the end of the news that I caught up with. But that was rudely interrupting the basketball. But I think we reached the end of the basketball as well. Anything you guys want to wrap it up with? Anything finish up with?
I was just having a quick look at Roma as well. Like they're not going to flash either. Lost. Yeah. 1-3 out of 5.
They're gonna be still very tough.
Oh yeah, no, that challenge.
That Argentinian Sule,
yeah,
whatever, however you pronounce it, is very good.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, yeah, look, obviously, I think we need Zavelas to be the spokesperson of the club or something. With how he got sent off, is the only one that you can see at any kind of
passion.
Anyone that's like visually that you see within the club that's showing any kind of emotional passion, he's the one. He's the one getting angry at the refereeing decisions. The players are getting emotional with the referee as well, but he's the only one. You're not seeing Alafuzos like going to a ball like you've seen Eliopoulos, Marinakis, Peter Papas go Apple. Just Alafuzos just allows it all to happen. Give the free reins to at least Taveras. Let him go. I'm sure he will flip tables or something, right? But I wish we had a proper, serious owner and people that cared for the club. Instead, just empty statements or nothing at all.
The change of ownership.
PAO FC in a nutshell.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, gents. It's been a long, long day, but once again, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you to our listeners. Have a good night.